There's a few things about your furnace that I bet you did not know. Mine broke the other day, and when the technician came over, he pointed out a couple of things to look out for in the future and a couple of things that I didn't know. Even being a real estate agent, it's good to know these things, so I'd like to share this with everyone so that you guys know what to look out for and you're not left out in the cold. So I received a message from my neighbor while I was out saying, hey, I smell some sort of natural gas smell coming from the side of your house. Did you maybe leave your barbecue on? And I replied back saying, no, I haven't used my barbecue all winter, that I'll take a look at it when I get back. So when I got home, I went to the side of the house and I could smell like an earthy type odor coming from the exhaust pipes leading up from the basement. Now I went down to the basement. I didn't smell anything throughout the basement, but my basement is finished. So I opened the furnace door and I could get like a slight odor as I was getting outside of that earthy smell. So I decided to call a technician. So when the licensed HVAC technician showed up, he pointed out a few things to note with my furnace. A couple things right off the bat is that my furnace is 19 years old, so it was just a matter of time before it started, it conked out. Even with regular maintenance, some things are just bound to be unrepairable, and it's better to just get a new furnace. On the left there is a small, probably about a 4-inch curved pipe coming out of the furnace. And then there's another pipe that you can't see that leads out of the back of the furnace out to the side of the house. So what happens is the fresh air goes in through that pipe and then leads out to the exhaust pipe once it passes through the heat exchanger. My furnace also has a humidifier built in. That's where you can see that white tubing leading at the top there. So when we purchased our home, the basement was already finished, and one thing to note with a furnace like this, going back to that little pipe on the left there that draws in the fresh air. When you don't have a finished basement, it pulls in all that circulating air throughout the whole basement, and it's able to get fresh air coming through there. Now, when you finish your basement, that area now becomes enclosed around the furnace, and then if you have a door on it, it's only pulling the air circulating within that furnace room, which is not really going to make your furnace that efficient. So what should have happened was, when the basement was finished, that pipe there on the left should have been extended all the way out to the side of the house so that it can draw in that fresh air from outside. The blower sometimes goes. That's repairable. However, in our case, that earthy smell that we were getting was actually high levels of carbon monoxide. So once the technician tested for that, he had to shut down the whole furnace because it was unsafe. So one of the causes for the carbon monoxide to be leaking throughout the house was that the heat exchangers within the furnace, one of them probably has a crack in it. It's best to just replace the whole unit rather than repair that one, which would probably be just as costly. This was recommended by the technician. Now, with that being said, above the furnace, if you do have an AC unit, what sits inside there is an AC coil. That's where the air passes through it and cools and gets circulated throughout the house. So again, that's probably like 19 years old, since that's never been replaced, and that was purchased when we bought the house. So he recommended that we replace that as well. So here's what the top of the furnace looks like. So those 4 panels you see inside there, those are your heat exchangers. Now, it's hard to see it right now, but as you look down, the crack could be anywhere along one of those coils. And then here we have the AC coil that sits right above the furnace, up in that ventilation area there. So I just want to show you what it looks like. So here's the brand new furnace all installed. It took about 6 hours for them to remove and install the new one. This is a 2-stage furnace as opposed to the older furnace, which was just the 1 stage. It's supposed to be more efficient and save a lot more money on our bills. Here's what the outside looks like now. We have 3 pipes there in total. 2 of them come from the furnace. One of them is the fresh air being pulled in, that's the taller one, and then the lower one is the exhaust coming out of the furnace. The 3rd pipe is the fumes coming out of the hot water tank. So some regular maintenance tips for everyone is change your air filter at least every 3 months. So here's where it's located. to the left of the furnace, you'll see a latch. It just pops right off, and then your furnace filter slides out, and then take that out, slide in the new one. Make sure your furnace is off when you're doing this, because you don't want to pull in any of that air, any of that dust to go through the furnace, which could be harmful to it. Aside from that, it's recommended that you get a licensed HVAC technician to come in and do a regular maintenance on the furnace at least once a year. If you have any other comments, questions, or other tips for people that have furnaces, you can drop them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you would like the home maintenance checklist that I usually send out to all of my clients, especially first-time buyers who don't really know what to maintain at what times of the year, that'll be especially useful to you. Just hit the link below and drop me your email address. And if you'd like to opt in to our market updates along with upcoming projects, I'd be sure to send that off to you as well. Take care all.